Hi there, very good morning. Welcome to Chartbusters. Well, this is a show where we highlight a lot of buzzing stocks. In the next 1 hour odd, the stocks will be buzzing even more because we have the RBI policy meet that will be coming about. So expect some volatility to creep into the system. We'll be keeping an eye out on banking as well as financial stocks. For the time being, the Nifty has virtually moved to the low point of the day. A lot of stocks are seeing some selling. Big boy in there, Reliance Industries, has moved lower. But remember, 11:30 a.m. at that point of time is when we get the verdict coming in from, the RBI governor. Coverage begins here on CNBC-TV18. Make sure you're tuned in till 11:30 and even after that to hear what exactly is the verdict. We'll be here. We'll have Lata Venkatesh will be taking us through all the details as well as a whole host of guests that will help us analyze that particular policy. Well, for the time being, stocks that are gaining today, India Bulls Housing Finance, that's a stock that's up by close to around 2.5%. They came out with some positive guidance for the next year. So that's the stock that's holding the green. But otherwise, there is some select selling. You have Reliance that's moved lower. HCL Tech was under some pressure. The tech stocks actually, Wipro as well, after that large trade. Stock was down close to around 1.5%, Mangalam.
Absolutely. So there are stocks which are seeing some selective selling, Nigel, but there are also stocks which are seeing select buying, and perhaps this is coming in from the consumption space. Be it Titan, which is at the high point of the day. Along with that, we have Asian Paints. Britannia, after dipping a bit, is now making a bit of a comeback. All these consumer stocks are higher. The street believes that the fourth quarter will be strong for all these consumer companies. Why? Because on the margin front, they'll have the tailwind of lower commodity prices that was not taken in the third quarter because they were carrying some high cost inventory. So margin expansion is likely, and a lot of the companies during the third quarter itself had indicated that demand momentum is sustaining. So maybe that will play out in the fourth quarter. Let's see how the current slackening in demand plays out. That will be more of a first quarter phenomenon. So we'll keep an eye out on that. Apart from that, we have all the auto stocks which are doing well as well. Nigel, you're doing some interesting analysis on Maruti, which is at from the lows, has now seen a bit of a recovery after moving yesterday as well. So is the street playing for a bit of a catch-up post-election?
That's going to be quite interesting, Mangalam. Just around 10 trading sessions ago, Maruti was at around 6,500 rupees. Now it's at around 7,200 rupees. I was going through a brokerage note and they said that, in the build-up to elections, normally you see growth of around 10 to around 12%, not just in passenger vehicles, but also in two-wheelers. But after that, that's 3 months post and 6 months post, then you see the growth go up to around 20-22% odd. So it seems that the street is, at least as of now, optimistic that post-election you'll see a pickup in terms of sales. But last few days, stellar run on Maruti, so much of pessimism, cutting production, sales are going to be lower, worst ever March sales numbers that we got. But after that, stock is proving its quality. But let's get straight to the top stories, I'll say.
Absolutely. Let's go there. And we have the first stock which is in focus. Amara Raja slips after recovering in early trade today. Morgan Stanley spoke to Johnson Controls. They say Amara's stake from Johnson Control will go to Brookfield as a part of the power solution sale. Morgan Stanley maintains their overweight rating on the stock. However, Edelweiss had downgraded the stock.
And ID stocks like HCL Tech, Wipro and Infosys, they're under pressure today on the back of some strength that we're seeing in the rupee. Additionally, Wipro sees a large trade today. Now, sources say that the government sells shares left behind by migrants to Pakistan, China, or people who are no longer citizens of India. LIC, New India Insurance, GIC, they are the buyers as per sources.
Jet Airways trades lower as the company defers payment of March salaries as well. Sources say that 10 to 12 of their unused slots have at the Delhi airport have been offered to other carriers, which is what explains why SpiceJet and Interglobe are higher, as SpiceJet has received 6 to 7 of those slots, while Indigo has received 4 to 5 of those slots in Delhi.
And SRF recovers as the company notifies to resume operations at the Dahej plant soon. The Gujarat Pollution Control Board revokes the shutdown order.
All right, there is some select pickup in the mid-cap space. While IT stocks by and large are under pressure, Oracle Finance, that one should come up for you, was a big mover in yesterday's trading session as well. And now some purchase seen from the lows on OFSS. Along with that, we have Glenmark Pharma as well, seeing some bit of a purchase currently at the high point of the day. But by and large, the market's testing waters ahead of the big event at 11:30 a.m. today, which is the RBI policy. Let's see what the governor offers. But meanwhile, what do you do with your position, whether you have one or whether you initiate one? We have Prakash with us. Prakash, what does one do ahead of an event like this?
Good morning. I think do nothing.
That was like
the event happened half an hour.
Prakash kept us waiting and then he said, Do nothing.
Pregnant pause, if you must.
Prakash, tell us, I mean, what are the levels at least, there are a lot of retail audience out there. They want to know what's on your mind, how you should view this market. At some point of time, should you look to get in? Yes. And, what are the levels we can look at in terms of the upside?
Well, when I look at the Nifty, it tells me the trend is still intact. The only thing is ran up too fast. Yesterday was the first indication that there was sluggishness coming in because Nifty made the new high. Bank Nifty did not. There was a diversion out there. But at the lower levels, there is support. Strong support on Nifty is around the vicinity of 11,600. So if you get dips, I think those are buying opportunities because the trend is still intact and has not been compromised. When I look at the Bank Nifty, exactly similar as the picture, and support is in the vicinity, I would say, closer to around 29,770 or 30,000, closer to that. So if it dips below 30, those are buying opportunities. So I do nothing. If it dips, I would buy it for a bounce.
All right, and Prakash, on that suspense note, what are the stocks that you're talking about?
I have two stocks and both on the long side. Well, the first stock is Dabur. That certainly is looking good. Looks like a beautiful base formation. 400 seems to be a strong support zone. I don't think it's breaking that. Seen a good downfall. This the time is right. The place is right for going up. The target on the upside is in the vicinity of 420. Second stock is Hero Motors. Hero Motors did what we expect from Dabur. Dabur is the first stage. That's what Hero did a couple of days earlier. Formed a good base and today it's gone up. I think Hero is climbing to around 2,650. That's my first stop, but I think it's going to 2,700 zones. Stop below 2,575.
All right, Prakash, thanks a lot for stopping by and giving us all your calls on the index as well as individual stocks. His disclosures will flash for you on the screen. With that, we shift focus to a big CNBC-TV18 exclusive. Sources tell us that Singtel and Airtel are set to make a combined offer to acquire Dish TV. That stock is higher. Nimesh joins us with those exclusive details. Nimesh?
Hi, Mangalam. So, that's what I've picked up from investment banking sources, that both Singtel and Airtel are going to make a combined bid to acquire Dish TV. So they're looking to buy out promoters 60% stake in Dish TV, offering at a price. The entire deal says, I'm told, is close to 650 crores, which works out to close to 55 rupees per share. And given that the entire 60% will be sold out, there will be open offer as well, as if the deal goes through with Singtel and Bharti. Now, officially, none of them have commented to our query. Bharti said they cannot comment on market speculation. Dish TV did not respond to our query in the last 2 days, and so has been Singtel. They have not responded to our query in the last 2 days. So no response from other two, but Bharti has clearly said they cannot comment on market speculation. If you look at Singtel's portfolio and the fact that Singtel has a long-term relationship with Bharti Airtel, they are one of the major holders into Bharti Airtel. It makes a lot of sense for them to do a joint bid and look to buy out Dish TV. From the promoters. Also, if you look at Singtel's portfolio, they are one of the largest players in Singapore, close to 82% market share in fixed line, 47% market share in mobile market, and close to 45% market share in broadband. I spoke to some of the bankers, and the logic that probably fits as to why Singtel may look to buy and drive this whole deal is because if you look at Singtel's parent GIC, they also own close to 20% stake in Tata Sky. So going forward, Singtel may look to consolidate the entire broadband portfolio in India with DTH, with Bharti DTH, with Dish TV and Tata Sky coming together. So that's the possible logic, what I'm told. But as things stand, what I understand is in the first step, it will be all cash deal. The Singtel and Bharti combined will buy out entire 60% from Dish TV promoters and make an open offer as well.
All right, Nimesh, thanks a lot for that interesting deal. We'll keep an eye out on how it pans out. More importantly, watch out for whether the Competition Commission also clears this or not, given the fact that they will be having more than 80% stake. And on top of that, like Nimesh said, Singtel's parent GIC holds stake in Tata Sky as well. So Competition Commission's clearance would be very important. Meanwhile, Dish TV higher in trade today. With that, we slip into a short break. Come back, we get a corporate opinion coming in. Kamdhenu is the stock on our radar on the back of the company completing their capacity expansion at Rajasthan.